Hey everyone, welcome back to Comic Frontline. Jay here with another review. Today I'm reviewing Death of Wolverine, the Logan Legacy #1. This issue is written by Charles Soule, and the artist is Oliver Nome. Title of this issue is 4 Words. We start off with Lara X-23 being brought into this prison, this cell, by a group of people, and she's in like these shackles. As soon as she breaks through these, it's like electric glass wall. The shackles come off, and you can come. It's a one-way glass. You can go through it, but you can't come out of it. There's Sabretooth and Daken. They're going at it. There's a mysterious person over in the corner in a hooded like shroud. You don't know who they are. Daken, kills Sabretooth for now, but he heals up. Him and Lara have a nice little touching moment, brother and sister, talking to each other, and they start to bring in the next prisoner, who is Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike fights back, and the guy says a word, caterpillar, and she falls asleep. She gets thrown into the pit, and then we find out that the mysterious figure is indeed Charles Xavier. And, he goes through everyone, he tells everyone, we need to figure out how to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. My death isn't what it would seem to be, and everything. And no one seems to question that he is Charles Xavier. And he goes to each of them, and he tells them, how he got here. And we get basically the setup for the rest of this series, which is going to be each issue is going to talk about a different person how they got to this point. So it's sort of like, here's how everyone do it. Now the next couple of issues we're going to just flash back to how these people arrived here, and we find out that Lara will be found. The story of Lara will be found out in issue #2. Deathstrike would be found out in Logan Legacy #4. Daken would be found out in Legacy #5. And then this other guy who is in like Wolverine's old costume, the one he wore, previously to his armored costume, and he's got knives taped to his arm. He's really skinny. He's got hair on his face, and it says you'll find out about this guy in issue #3. So it's like that's what the whole issue is. It's just a basically setup. You also find out that the guy who was thrown, that Charles Xavier isn't really Charles Xavier. He is indeed Mystique, which everyone kind of knew about. And you find out that you'll find more about Mystique's side of the story. And yes, another issue of Logan Legacy. So it's each one will tell a different one of these people's stories on how they got to this point, how they got caught, and where they come from. And it's all part of this mysterious person's plan. Because see, they found out that Cornelius, the guy, Professor Cornelius, the one who bonded the adamantium to Wolverine's skeleton, has actually abducted all these people before, and has had a little bit of a time with them, and is implanted 4 words into each of their heads, 4 different words. Now, one word will make them go to sleep. One word would the person would get control over them, and as you can see, the 4th word will be an automatic death sentence. No matter whether you got a healing factor or not, you say the word, you're dead. Now, I don't know about that because of what's been going on in comic books. Like, I don't get how that could happen, but I'm curious to see how it happens. And he hasn't told what the 4th word is yet, but he's going to offer them all a deal after they tell their stories, and he's going to offer them a deal. They say yes or no, and if they do, he'll say the correct word. If not, he's going to use the death word and kill them. So that's the premise of the series. Story I don't know. I really didn't like the story. I thought it was kind of, okay-ish. So I'm gonna give the story 3 stars. Um, the art also felt a little off. I didn't really like the art that much. I think maybe it was close to the static, electric in the thing. Everybody seemed a little bit off. Like their proportions and everything seemed a little off. So I'm gonna give the art 3 stars. Also, it's a very middle ground book. I would say a 3 is a hard place because I want to say you should pick up because I want to know about these stories, but do you need to pick this up? No, you don't. I don't think you really need to pick this up to carry on the Wolverine story. I think if you're curious, if you read this first issue already and you want to know where these stories go ahead and pick it up. But I really don't even think that the story is going to get to it that much. So I'm not sure. I would say check it out, look at a couple of pages in the store, and then you decide, because this is one of the books that I can't really decide whether or not to tell you to pick up or not. And once again, overall my score is 3 stars. Well, those are my thoughts. Now I want to know what yours are in the comments below. Also, like this video, subscribe to Comic Frontline, check out and subscribe to my channel, The Comic Book Theater. Check out Comic Frontline, the site, for all the latest previews, reviews, news, and interviews. For even more news on all things related to comics, comicrelated.com is your source for all your comic book needs with daily updates. And don't forget to like and follow me and Comic Frontline on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I'll include all these links in the description below. Until then, I'll catch you in the next review.